was taking my time.
Oh shit!
You in Texas, you Central Time. That's it.
Gunther is still better than Ospreay.
I'm always thinking Texas is like same time as Eastern.
I don't need you Ospreay fans in the chat glazing. He won a mid-card title. Congrats. He still sucks. He's not even the best of his own company because Danielson's champion now. Gunther's still better than both. So cut the shit. Your shit don't mean nothing. Congrats. Y'all finally won big matches. Congratulations. Gunther been doing that his whole life. How you guys doing?
Yeah, so let me ask a quick little question.
Please, it's crazy.
Can I, Lewis? Can I play a little devil's advocate, please?
Oh, bro.
That's what you do, G.
Hey, Jay, you're right. It is what I do.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Hey. So let me ask y'all a question.
Karrion Kross.
Who here is okay or satisfied with the decision of Danielson beating Swerve for the world title? Okay, cool. And Mo, I'm glad you were the first one to raise your hand. I'm glad you were.
It's cool. It's cool.
The booking I have a problem with.
I know where G is going.
And that's fine. And that's fine because
I know where you're going.
Remember when I wanted Samoa Joe to retain, and Samoa Joe is a Polynesian guy, and y'all called me G Hogan for it? But yeah,
that's
y'all
Bryan,
with
bro.
a white man from Aberdeen, Washington.
They're both from Washington, bro.
That's my hometown. Fuck you. Don't do that.
Brian gets better, bro.
I just remember G Hogan started because I was rooting for Samoa Joe, a Polynesian, a Samoan over Swerve. But
you was rooting for the wrong Samoan.
More specifically, old boy up here.
You rooting for the wrong Joe, bro?
Wait, he cool with old boy Daniel Bryan when
you rooting for the wrong Joe, bro.
For the one, I've been cool.
It's Daniel Bryan, bro. It's Bryan Danielson.
If you just said Joe Anoa'i, bro, then we'd be cool.
Listen, I'm just glad they did it at a pay-per-view in front of fans instead of on Dynamite.
The only thing I have a problem with was the way how the match ended. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to take away from the match. The only problem I personally had is if you were going to have Hangman be the sole reason why Swerve was thrown off his game to lose the championship, you should have just had Hangman win the Battle Royal, cash in and make a triple threat, and then steal the championship. So that way he retires Bryan and takes the belt from Swerve. And that's how you continue the feud that way.
No, I think Hangman just shouldn't. I get why, because I didn't want Daniel to win the title based off interference, because I felt like that would have been cheap. I'd just rather Hangman not be involved at all. Just leave him off so Bryan can get the clean win. You don't waste that because it didn't. At the end of the day, it didn't affect the outcome.
The match was great. Match was great.
Yeah, it did. Like Hangman wasn't the sole reason why Swerve lost.
Oh, is that why? Is that why you called him Karrion Kross? Like you were there but served no purpose for the distraction.
I didn't call him Karrion Kross. I didn't call him Karrion Kross.
No, okay.
Wow.
Because
I would never do Hangman like that. Why would I do Hangman like that?
I heard you reference Karrion Kross because remember when Drew McIntyre and Roman had their match and Karrion Kross was there, but it had no effect on the match.
Yeah,
That's how I kind of felt Hangman was. Like you were there, but you had no effect. Like Swerve very well could have won that match.
Yeah.
After Hangman left,
because it kicked out. So I was like, didn't need.
The match was great. The match was great. It goes back to what G was saying. I'm sorry, I'm eating a cookie, but it takes back to what G was saying. He said this about a year ago, and AEW has a real issue of overcomplicating long stories, bro.
Oh yeah.
Probably kind of loves to do that, bro.
I'm tired of this, bro. Swerve and Hangman should have been packed up 7 months ago, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
It's not necessarily overcomplicating. AEW has a problem with overextending everything. Shows, matches, storylines, contract negotiations. They just can't get anything done within a time frame that is in any way reasonable.
I don't mind it with
year long.
I don't mind it with Swerve and Hangman because they got chemistry and it's fucking great. Like that's a great feud. I don't mind it with that. But when you got like Jericho and Hook going for 6 months, no, that's that's the issue.
Hi guys.
Yeah, I can't. That sucks.
You said Swerve and
that's
Keith
terrible.
Bro, that one
that's an issue.
That's an issue. That was an issue. That's an issue. Like there's certain feuds you can have go on for long, but
they have to appeal your attention, though, bro. Like they have to appeal your attention.
No, let me explain something to y'all, and I mean this wholeheartedly. If Keith Lee never got injured or medically uncleared a second time, Hangman would have not won that title when he did. I'm not saying he never would have won it, but we probably would have been waiting till Double or Nothing for him to win that title. Because, bro,
you talking about 2021?
What? No, I said no. I said if Keith. No, the second time. Remember Keith Lee was going to challenge Swerve a second time?
Yeah.
Because he was out for a while, came back, and he was like, "Oh, you know who I'm looking for," and then he went away again because he was unclean. If Keith Lee would, because remember that was when he DDT'd Dustin Rhodes on concrete, then had a competitive 15 match afterwards.
That was so stupid, bro. That was so stupid. That pissed me off. That whole show pissed me off. World's End.
Shit.
That was great. It was great for me.
I was like, I'm done.
Hey, World's End was great for me.
Shut up.
It was great for me.
We don't care. We don't care. We don't care, nigga.
I saw Samoa put that man to sleep.
We don't care, nigga. We don't care.
Samoa Joe was shit for 4 months, and I could have gave the slightest fuck.
That's crazy work.
That's even on TV now, bro.
Well, look, I ain't watched.
I'm being for real. I haven't seen Samoa Joe in a minute.
No, in the last, I haven't watched in 6 episodes, but the last time I saw him, he got put through something by Chris Jericho.
Jericho is crazy.
Well, it was Big Bill and everybody else. It was like a 3-on-1 assault, and they like put him on a forklift and drove him.
Oh yeah, they put him on a forklift. Yeah, I remember that.
Can I vent about something? Because the main thing that I hated about this show. Don't get me wrong, great show, but I like to nitpick because I'm annoying like that. The fact that the last time we saw one of your biggest women stars was
I knew that's where you was going with it.
The last time we saw Jamie Hayter was when she was AEW Women's Champion, and over a year, not even a year, over a year, she's become one of the most anticipated returns in all of professional wrestling. And she's still arguably one of your biggest stars. And the fact that you had that return wasted on zero fucking hour.
On the pre-show.
Now, let me remind you. Let me tell you what this is equivalent to. Because if I say names, you guys will understand. Imagine if Roman Reigns showed up on the SummerSlam pre-show.
No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. No.
No.
Bring it down to our level. No disrespect. Bring it down to our level. Bring it down to our level.
Hey, if Rita Ripley showed up
I hate when y'all do this. You didn't hear what I said. I said I have to say big names so people can fully understand what I mean. I'm not saying she's on their big level. But if I said, like, imagine Chad Gable was out and returned at SummerSlam pre, like, that's not going to hit the same. But if I say Roman Reigns returned on SummerSlam pre, people be like, okay, that's stupid. That's how I feel. Like, on 0 fucking hour, really?
That's wild.
0 hour.
I like the Rhea comparison. I feel like that's.
Seth Rollins came back on the pre-show for Survivor Series. Like, really? What are we doing?
Hey, can we highlight Prada Fiend's comment real quick? Because I do want to transition to Jay because I know he guys have to say, but that's hilarious. Can we highlight Prada Fiend's comment real quick, please?
Yeah, can we? Highlight that.
Oh yeah, Prada Fiend. Yeah. No, listen. Hold up.
Wow.
Hold up, because I'm already seeing it. I'm already seeing it on wrestling Twitter. Ricochet's going to go back to being what he was 15 years ago. You know who else was supposed to be a bigger star in AEW? Andrade. Guess what the fuck he is right now? You know
back in WWE.
You know who else was supposed to be a bigger star in AEW? Oh, I don't know. Let's talk about Keith Lee. Let's talk about Aleister Black, who's treading away in a really good trios program, but it's still a trios program. Guys, can we just pump the fucking brakes? I didn't watch this pay-per-view, but I looked on Twitter and I saw the highlights. Ricochet did 3 big moves in that casino, poker, joker, double fucking diamond, battle fucking royal, whatever it is, fucking AEW these days. And the 3 moves that he did in almost every match that he did in AEW for the past 8 years. So can we just pump the fucking brakes a little bit? I'm happy for Ricochet. I want him to keep wrestling. He's better. The wrestling industry is better when Ricochet is wrestling. But for the love of God, he's going to be wrestling in front of a camera crew next week when he has to go to AEW television. Not every crowd is going to be fucking Wembley Stadium. Let's just
AEW
pump the brakes. Let's just pump the fucking brakes. That's all I'm asking. Just pump the brakes.
Jay,
I want to see this away.
I like that comment.
Let's take this away.
Hey, Jade, I want to piggyback off you because I said the same thing as soon as Ricochet got released because people are like, oh my God, he's finally going to be used to his full potential in AEW. No, just because Ricochet is going to AEW, it still don't change the fact that the dude can't talk his way out of a police interrogation, and the fact that he has the personality of a wet paper bag. It doesn't change that. Change companies all you want. It don't change the fact that he's still mid in those areas.
They're laughing because someone in chat called Malik a refugee. Just so you know, that's what they're like.
I ain't paying no attention, bro.
Hold on. Why?
Y'all wrong, bro.
No, I just want to say,
Z, that's original, bro. That's so original. You're so clever. I haven't heard that before.
I love Sundays, bro. It's great, bro. 11 minutes in, Jesus Christ, dude.
All right.
I mean, Ricochet fits better probably in AEW though. When it comes to the match quality, he just fits better there.
No,
hold on. Because let me address that too. Because the thing that stood out about Ricochet on WWE is that he was the only guy on that roster capable of doing what he was doing. And now he's on a show with guys that are more acrobats than wrestlers, and now he's gonna fade into the crowd just like everybody else. I've said it before. I'm exhausted with saying it. No one goes to AEW to become a star, at least not since the beginning. Like in the beginning, yeah, guys like Moxley went over and became stars. I don't know what's happened between then and now. I have no idea. But until I actually see it come to fruition, I have
immigration, nigga. I'm not even.
No faith in it.
I'm American. What are you talking about, nigga? What?
I wasn't gonna say that.
Yeah, what are you, bro? Where are you from?
He's white and black, bro. Like,
Are you an alien from the galaxy, bro? Like, what are you?
He's white.
Cam's rolling in the Discord. Oh, Cam, what's going on?
Hey,
What's
so can
going
I
on?
ask y'all a
Exactly,
question?
bro. Like, what are you talking about? I'm
white
American.
and black, bro.
Hey,
Y'all
so,
crazy,
hey,
bro.
Let me ask y'all a question. Take off the tattoos, obviously, because those are real big distinctions, right?
What
Take
are
off
we
the
doing?
tattoos.
Where are you going
Listen.
That's what I'm saying. What the
Listen.
Take off the tattoos. What?
Listen, if you let me finish, look, get rid of all the physical, obvious identifiers. If you put both of these wrestlers in the mask, what's the difference between Ricochet and Ray Phoenix?
Ray Phoenix is just better, bro. I don't know what it sounds
But what's the difference? They do the same thing.
They're pretty much the same.
They do the same thing.
Yeah.
Ray Phoenix and Prince Puma, King Ricochet, whatever you want to call them, do the same thing.
But that's why I think Ricochet will have better matches in AEW because people like that. He's gonna be able to do shit like that and like all his matches.
You know what they should. You know what he should do. You know what he should do. You know what he should do. You know what they should do. Let Takeshita do his own thing. Who else is in that fucking thing? Let Kyle Fletcher be with Ospreay. Keep Hobbs in there. Put Ricochet in the Don Callis family. Fucking do it. Just give him a mouthpiece. Give him a mouthpiece. Give him a muscle. Give him the fucking international championship.
I mean,
see, with AEW, he don't even have to cut promos, bro. All he has to do is put on good
exactly. That's why you need Don Callis, and they're both bald, so they're gonna get along automatically. And he's got beat in like he can be like, I'm the best high flyer in the world.
You already know first person they're gonna match him up with is Will Ospreay, bro. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He should join.
And Ricochet gonna lose, and that's gonna kill all his momentum.
And Ospreay Don championship too, so they're gonna have that's gonna be a feud for a minute, bro. They're gonna have like the best of 7 series.
G, take away the hair, take away the tattoos. Is there even a difference between Ricochet and Nate?
Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Nah, G, what were you gonna say?
All right, man.
Mo,
that's kind of crazy.
Did we have a conversation about the possibility of Bryan Danielson winning this match?
Nobody thought he was gonna win though, bro.
I did.
Dude, I didn't. The only reason why I said it might because I think there was a promo where he said, "If I don't win the AEW World Championship, I'm retiring," or something like that.
Yeah, that was the stipulation.
Nah, what even got me though is like he was doing interviews promoting the show and stuff, and he was saying like if he loses, he's never wrestling again.
Can't relax,
and I was like, bro, you're still too good to retire though. Like, you can still wrestle another 5 years easily, bro. Like,
no, but he did say that this was his last year of full-time wrestling. He did say that.
What?
They called you T-Mobile Via, bro. That's what they did.
All right, man. All right, bro.
That's crazy. But no,
I'll take it.
Oh, not T-Mobile Via. Oh boy.
No, but he did say he was gonna stop being a full-time wrestler at the end of this year. So that's why I was like,
there go Cam. There go Cam.
There go Cam.
Man, donated $5 just to say this, bro.
Just to say bullshit.
Lewis a bum, Mo a bum,
to the side, nigga.
Baby a bum, Orton ain't top 10, Brett better, Ospreay champion, and you're a virgin.
Cam, I wouldn't
I want to hear it.
Hey, I would expose Cam right now, but I'm not gonna do that.
I will. That nigga plays 2K20 in 2024.
555 hours. Malik, he added an hour, by the way.
That's crazy.
555 hours on 2K20.
That's crazy, bro.
He added an
Do you
hour.
hate yourself, bro?
Bro, he got hair. What's
You
going
need
on?
help? You need help, nigga? Like,
But he owns
You
2K
therapist?
Ralph, what's
3.
good, Ralph?
He owns Mafia 3. He
Who the fuck
owns
is
all
Jake,
this.
bro?
other shit.
hey, now, hey, relax.
What
Mafia
I
3 ain't
say?
that bad. Relax.
No, I'm telling you all the other games he owns and that he chooses to play 2K.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Options. And he still plays 2K20.
Hey, Ralph.
That's
so-
wild. That's wild.
He loves
As
it.
we ring it back.
First off, I just want to say, y'all see how they address me though. I just want to say,
Colombo?
Here go Cam again. It's an enjoyable game. All right, Cam.
Hey, so as we
If you hate yourself, yeah.
yeah, facts. Can we also
Damn, somebody said
He said, "Let me up." Y'all slandering me.
Hey, can we also discuss how some people were genuinely shocked or did not think Mariah May was winning? Because I'm not gonna lie, if she would have lost, man,
I feel stupid.
man.
I feel stupid.
Yeah, Mo. I'm referring to you. Mo. I specifically bring this up for you, Mo. Talk about why you didn't see.
You thought Tony
Logic.
Storm was winning?
I had Tony. I
Yeah,
had Tony winning.
hey.
AEW
Malik, I don't know
booking.
why.
I'm not the only one. That's crazy.
Why?
Nah,
Y'all
nah.
wild.
I I said Tony winning because AEW booking sucks. That's what I said.
That's it. That's the only reason.
Nah, man. Nah.
Like, they probably want to keep
Have
it
faith.
on Tony. She's the bigger star.
Tony
so
Tony
fuck
won
it.
a piece of that. He won a piece of that, so he gave her the title. That's why. You already knew it was gonna happen.
Hey, yo.
How long did Tony hold that thing for?
She held for a
minute.
minute.
Since Full Gear, I was there when she won.
7 months.
Okay.
Since November.
Yeah,
Seven,
so
eight?
Yeah, almost a year.
10 months.
Oh, yeah.
10 months.
Like,
That was a great defect for her, bro.
I mean, by
Going from
default, she's the
WWE
greatest
to AEW.
women's champion of all time, right? That's damn.
I
Right?
actually,
AEW,
I
yeah.
actually think it's not even by default. I think she had a really good run.
Yeah, she had.
It was just her time.
Yeah.
It was her time.
Yeah.
Because I knew Deonna Purrazzo was going to win that thing because I don't know why they put their new stars in title matches off rip. It doesn't work like that. So I knew she was losing. I never believed Thunder Rosa was going to get back. I never believed
Serena.
Yeah, I never
Serena
believed Serena Deeb was going to
She's
get
a great.
it. So.
She's the equivalent to Bret Hart. Great fucking in-ring worker, plastic fucking bag personality.
Yeah,
It's
she
not just a plastic bag.
she does not move me at all.
Come on, let's not do this again.
You still moved by Bret. Yo, G, you know what's crazy? Let's have this conversation, right? Mo said he doesn't even know if Edge is above Bret Hart all time.
Can we not have this conversation, please?
Why? Because
They're
you know
literally
they're gonna get clips?
they're like this to me.
No,
bro.
they're not. No, they're not. Hey, Mo, wait.
Me.
Mo, I'll give you an example. Hey.
Why?
Edge-
Lewis,
Edge-
God damn it. I hate
Edge
you.
level is about as tall as Omos. And then we look at Brett. He damn near Hornswoggle when it comes to Edge.
All right. You dragging it, my dog. You dragging it.
I think you have to
Marco
like.
stunt a better word? Is Marco stunt better?
No.
No.
I think you have to compare like. I think you have to.
4-5.
What's wrong with
You have to like.
Marco
You have to compare though. Like when I look at Brett overall is a better wrestler, yes, you could say it, but I think Edge is better at promos, better storytelling, better character work. Can have good matches as well, but Brett all around is the better. I feel like Brett just doesn't check off too many boxes.
If you want to do the accomplishment route, Edge clear that nigga. So what are we talking about?
Well, yeah.
This is my one argument as to why, and
But
probably
Impact though, Bret Hart
yeah,
had
the impact and him being as vital as he was in a time that they needed him the most.
You keep saying that. Oh my god.
Who else did they have? Sean wasn't big till '96.
They really needed him the most.
He was vital in a
bro.
time when they was getting their ass whooped, bro.
Yeah, because Diesel is WWF
God.
champion, Yokozuna is WWF champion. That shit was not working.
Bro. You know what
It
we
wasn't
call that?
working. We can't put that on Brett.
You know what we
They
call
rushed
that in the
Yokozuna. He
basketball
wasn't
world?
ready. He wasn't ready.
Thank you, Lewis.
Mo,
Thank you.
Mo, you know what we call that in the basketball world? We call it empty stats. You're Devin Booker on the Suns before Chris Paul got there, bro. You're super vital to the team, but you're not moving no needles,
You're
You're not moving.
dragging
He's
how
Devin
important
Booker
Brett
on the
actually
Suns.
is.
They
That's
said
the point.
Tony over Brett. I'm trying to tell y'all.
All right,
Y'all see the
y'all-
Relax.
All right.
right.
No, Bret Hart was unfortunately he was a part of the worst era WWE had, like all around.
He's
Just,
Kareem.
But it's not him.
but that's not him though. That's not
He
him.
hates
It's not
Kareem.
on him.
He hates Kareem.
No, he's don't get to be real, but
Oh, Kareem the best center ever. So what you saying about Bret then?
yeah. So I
No, he's
mean,
not.
You saying Bret the best of all time? Then?
oh brother,
Kareem's not the best, bro. He was the best.
you
guy
have
in the
Kobe
weak
top
era,
3.
bro.
I don't want to hear it. You have Kobe top 3. Shut up.
I have Kofi top 3. What?
Kobe, Bean, Bryant.
Oh yeah, Kobe Bean. You feel me, Kobe Bean?
Top 3 is kind of crazy.
Pump fake. Yeah, absolutely I do. But
I
either
feel
way,
like when you look at the rosters that they had back then, I mean, you had Bret, you had Shawn, of course, you still had Undertaker, but Undertaker was barely touching the championship because he didn't need the title. You know what I'm saying at that time. So I mean, Bret and Shawn were really their two catalysts. I mean, they had other champions in between that time, but nobody else was really able to push the narrative or succeed as the champion. You know what I mean? So
because
put it on
my
Diesel.
thing is when it comes to Bret, my thing is when it comes
and
to
he went on a
Bret,
house show, like,
and it's more specifically
Bob Backlund was champion.
and it's more specifically to what Mo be saying
about Bob
when
Backlund.
Mo says he was like super vital. The reason why
He
I'm not trying to
was.
hear listen, I'm not
Okay, go ahead,
saying
start.
he wasn't, but the reason I'm not trying to hear that, bro, is because with him being super vital, they was still damn near about to close their fucking doors, bro.
Because
they
they
was getting
didn't-
their
okay.
ass whooped.
The reason why is because most of the time, look, Diesel had a longer reign than Bret ever had in that time period. They
It
had
ain't even about the
as
reign. He ain't gotta have a long
Look,
reign.
the thing is, they were trying to build the company around Diesel, and it wasn't working. That 95 is probably the worst year in company history, and that's not because of Bret Hart. Bret Hart was doing
But you're saying he was the
best
most
he could.
crucial person. So if they're not even building the company around the dude, then I'm not definitely not trying to hear it. If they wasn't even building the company around the dude, then I'm definitely not trying to hear it.
Well, he was their most reliable worker, bro.
I'll give you, Nate. I'll give you that. He was. I'm never going to dispute that. That don't mean he was moving no needles, though.
No, he
That
wasn't.
definitely don't mean
brother.
he was moving no needles.
No, he wasn't.
Wait, let me ask
But
you.
I could.
Let me ask you a question.
it takes
Mo.
different pieces though. Like he can't just do everything by
Yeah.
himself though. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
let's be
different
honest,
pieces have
bro.
to happen.
Let's be honest.
95 to like 90, 95 to like 97 had like a lot of Make-A-Wish kids, bro.
Okay,
But let's
so
just.
when-
But I'll bring it to this. Right. 2019 WWE is probably the next time WWE was like fucking awful.
yeah.
Seth Rollins, let's just be honest. At that time, he was not moving needles. But you gonna discount Seth Rollins' status
as like what? Like as
as wherever you as
One
a
of the
crucial
best
part.
IC champions of our era.
Okay, so
at that
here,
time.
okay, so I like your analogy, Nate. I'm gonna stick with it, right? Mo saying he was he's raising Bret Hart up because he feels in that time he was the most important. I don't think Seth Rollins, even though he was crucial, I don't think he was the most important, and I'm not raising him up higher because even in that year, and I know we're getting more specific, and I'll go back to being general. Even in that year, Seth Rollins, you was losing me crazy. You was a horrible babyface in 2019.
He was terrible. He was awful.
Yeah, so like,
But a lot of
I get
that
what
also
you're
has to
saying,
do with
though.
what they were doing with Seth Rollins though.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That's why I'm gonna go back to being general because we can get into a lot of specifics about Seth. In a general aspect, though, right? Let me ask you, Nate, and then Mo, you can answer as well. When do y'all feel WWE really turned the corner? Like not ratings wise, just when not ratings wise, but like when they really felt like they were the better.
And what are you talking about? Like,
I would say for me,
Are you talking-
WrestleMania 14 was like.
Yeah,
There was nothing
14 was
WCW
like,
could do,
okay.
for real.
when they started to the era of Austin.
WrestleMania 14 was like
But I mean,
after that WrestleMania,
Adam
bro.
Cole
They
was
put
fully
Austin was
in
champion by then. You had Undertaker versus Kane. Like they were starting to push narratives like crazy at that
And
time.
WrestleMania
Statistically-
15 was kind of like the stamp of it.
statistically, the
Yeah, and
turnaround
at this
was
point, the
big time.
NWO was already starting to get a little bit too. Like,
Yeah, because they had to
Right.
form another NWO because everybody was in there.
And
WrestleMania 14
everybody
was
named
when
Mama was in it.
WrestleMania 14 was when the shift changed, and then 15 is when it was kind of stamped because then now you established the next.
Oh yeah,
feud
once they
for
had
the
Rock
era,
and Austin,
yeah.
that was it, bro.
Yeah,
That was it.
that
And then,
was
Jake,
stamped.
what were you gonna say as well? You said statistically.
I just said statistically. I mean, the numbers show that the turnaround was specifically when Mankind won the title because their
January
bullshit
1st.
tactics in WCW
Yeah.
backfired on them.
Right.
Look,
So
Tony
with all that
Schiavone
being,
is
so with
an
all that
idiot.
being said, right? And Mo, not gonna lie, this is going to sound nasty. I'm giving you fair warning, but I'm not trying to be. But I know how it's gonna sound.
Okay.
So with everything that we just said, the turning point when WWE started being, at the top was when Bret Hart wasn't the main focus no more. When Stone Cold became the guy.
I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm not gonna let you do that.
Is that not? I'm asking. That's why I asked for specifics. Is that not what it sounds like?
Yes.
It sounds like when WWE turned the corner when Bret Hart wasn't the main focus no more.
Yes. But my thing is, you are trying to make it seem like Bret was the reason that WWF was bad. The reason why WWF was... Hold on.
Oh, let's finish.
The reason why, at that point in time, WWF was bad was because of that steroid trial and them having to try and build around a guy that looked like Bret Hart. Mm-hmm. They were trying to change the image of the company, and that was the guy they needed at that time. Mm-hmm. A lot of the people they had surrounding the main event scene outside of, what was it, Bret,
Diesel,
Shawn, like Shawn later on in the new generation, Taker. It wasn't much more after that. By the time we get to the Attitude Era,
Jesus Christ. Lex Luger.
By the time oh God, by the
time that was bad, bro. His WWF run was bad, bro.
They fucked it up though. That was on them though. That was on them.
Yeah, but when he gets to the Attitude Era, you have all these people that you could actually legitimately build the company around and build the main event scene around. But they didn't have that in the new generation.
So then my point with all that being said, because I'm not saying Bret was the reason WWF was bad, but I'm saying I'm not going to give him so much credit and elevate him higher when, or even around that WWE, everybody swear up, down, left, right, and center that man was the main focus, but you just said out your mouth, they weren't even building around him. They were building around Diesel. So I'm not going to give him. He was
all about Bret. 94 was Bret.
You just said right now when I brought that up.
Yeah, when they try, here's the thing. When they try to build around Diesel, what happened after that? Bret beat Diesel at Survivor Series 95. Okay. Because Diesel failed when they tried to build around him.
Okay, fair enough. So my thing, that's fair. So my thing is when it comes to Bret Hart, right? Again, great wrestler, great technical, all that. I don't really care for his promos and character work, but nevertheless, that's neither here nor there.
Fair enough.
When it comes to Bret Hart, and I look at these other guys that you try to put him in conversations with, right?
Like Edge, start with Edge.
Like Edge, first and foremost. You elevate Bret because you felt he was one of the few and one of the more crucial players in an era with weak comp. And when I look at a guy like Edge, obviously the Randys, the Triple H, all the Romans, I take into account one, degree of difficulty when you did it, and two, your comp around you. Edge not only had to come from being a tag team wrestler, he also came up in the era with the Cenas, the H's, the Ortons, the HBK's second run, all that, right? Bret Hart at his peak, at his best, we can argue, was right before getting into the early Attitude Era and before that, right? And most of when he was the guy, the true guy, was in weak comp, weak era. Now, it's not Bret's fault, but at the end of the day, none of this stuff is anybody's fault, right? There's only been really few instances where people have overcame their booking. Daniel Bryan, for example. I mean, I don't even want to really say Seth, but there's few instances where you clearly have something going against you. They're clearly not trying to work. We just saw Daniel Bryan right now say that after WrestleMania 30, biggest moment of his career, niggas told him, yeah, we still making Roman Reigns the next John Cena. That's not finna be you. He just confirmed it to everybody. What we already knew. So that's what I'm saying. When we look at these other guys that you put them in conversations with, they were top stars with higher degrees of difficulty and more comp. And I'm not saying Bret wasn't a top star, but the comp was weak, so I don't really care about it.
Hold on. So we saying that Bret didn't have a higher degree of difficulty?
To be a top star compared to who else was around him? No.
To try and lead a company through the bullshit that they were going through?
That's not what I'm talking about. Like I said, I'm not going to take away the fact that the booking, again, this is not Bret's fault. We know how bad WWF was at the time, right? But you said he was one of the more crucial parts in a weak era. Even though you're right, it also doesn't move me because the second we started getting more guys to build around, Bret slowly but surely started falling by the wayside. He wasn't the same level he was when the Stone Colds and the HBKs finally found his groove. He was not the same. I don't have the exact timestamps for you, but there's no way you're telling me with Stone Cold and these niggas was at their peak, Bret was still at the same level he was before. He He
was at
wasn't.
WCW by then, though, bro.
He was at number one.
WCW.
Okay, so
They
that's
gotta kick him
not
out of the
fair.
And why
It's
did
number
he
one.
leave? And why did he leave?
Because they kicked him out.
Exactly. That's
Because
my point.
Vince could.
They
We've had
didn't
this
even
conversation
want him.
before.
They
Because
didn't even
Vince
want him.
put
No, yeah,
They didn't want him
that-
because
yeah,
they
that's
had
not on
not an
Brett, bro.
alternative, bro. They had to pick between him and Sean at
Yeah.
that point, bro.
him.
And
was
they had to
younger
pick between
and better.
him and
I'll
Sean.
give
And they picked Sean
Who
to
would
lead
pick
into
Shawn
the.
Michaels?
That's
Who
my
wouldn't pick Shawn
point. That's
Michaels?
my point.
I'm
bro.
not putting him in the
All right,
conversation with Shawn
all
Michaels.
right, G. All right, G. It's
I'm
not
not
like
putting him in the
it's
conversation
not
with
like and it's not like Vince just had this idea in his head like, oh, it's got to be one person. Oh, he literally could not pay Bret Hart. He could not pay Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, so he had to choose.
They were on the ropes with WCW.
Yeah, so it's not like he was like it's not a Daniel Bryan thing. It's not like, oh, you're doing great, but I have a vision for Shawn and Shawn's my guy. I'm gonna go with Shawn 100%. He literally had no choice. Like he could not pay both of them, so he had to.
Brett was much. Brett was like what 37. Brett was like
Yeah.
37?
Brett was 40 when he left the company.
Sean was significantly younger than him at that point.
And you want to reach that demographic, and Brett is not he's not as young as Shawn, so of course you're going to pick Shawn Michaels, who has more upside than Bret Hart at that time.
And I'm not trying to fault Brett for that. I'm not. I know it sounds like that, but Nate, I hear you. I am not trying to fault Brett for that, right? I get it. He could all the stuff that happened with him, Montreal screw jab, how they messed him up before and after that. Obviously, that's not his fault, right? But at the end of the day, that's why I say, Mo, when I look at what's it called, I know they had to let him go. They couldn't pay him, whatever the case. Let's just say they could pay him, right? And let's just say Brett would have stayed. Even then, bro, we knew the direction was Shawn. That's where he wanted to go. Yes, he was younger. Yes, he was reaching more of the demographic, but that's to my point. Even when the Attitude Era really started going in, Brett was not viewed in this, even if they could keep him. Brett was not viewed in the same light as he viewed Shawn. Vince wasn't like, oh, I want Brett to take me into this new era. Wait. Just because you win the championship doesn't mean you're viewed in the same light, bro. We all know this. You can win a title and still be viewed as second fiddle. We know this. It happens all the time. Yes, Vince was a better booker back then as opposed to when he got into his stupid, old stupid booking habits later on. But we still know just because you win the title don't mean you viewed the same.
Let me jump in here for a second, because here's the thing that's bothering me. We just established that Brett was 40 when he left, right? He was already in the twilight of his career. And I don't think it's one thing that I don't think it's fair to hold against Brett when we're accounting for his impact or his greatness or whatever, regardless of which side of the aisle you're on, is the fact that for the majority of his career when he was coming up, there was no global worldwide wrestling for him to piggyback his success off of, because for the majority of his career, wrestling was still a collection of independent local companies that ran shows every Saturday, Wednesday, and Tuesday night. It wasn't until he was already in the twilight of his career that Raw and Nitro and all this shit started happening. That's not really Brett's fault. It's also not Brett's fault that he went to WCW and promptly got injured by Goldberg, who should have never been in the ring in the first fucking place. So there was a lot that worked against Brett, not even considering the fact that, in my opinion, his younger brother was a better wrestler than him, but that's neither here nor there. So it's just, there's a lot that we hold against Brett, I think, in these conversations that is completely unfair, because he couldn't control when he wrestled. He couldn't control who he wrestled, and how old he was. So to say that, and again, G, I'm not on either side of the aisle. I'm not trying to argue with you specifically. I'm just saying that to say that, to hold up as a big gotcha moment that, oh, he was 40 and that he was moving on. Well, yeah, of course, because when any wrestler approaches that age, you start talking about moving on. But the fact is, he couldn't capitalize on that global success that wrestling was early in his career because it just wasn't there. That's not his fault. That's not his fault.
And so aspects that go into it too, bro. Like Brett obviously had a weaker era, and his rise is a little bit different. I mean, not to mention they try to mess up his run a little bit, bro. Hulk Hogan tried to bury him on a few occasions, trying to stop his push. Then, they also ruined him towards the end of his career. But it also is a catalyst, because if Brett doesn't get screwed, you don't get the Vince character on television. So that goes up the double-edged sword too. And then, without Brett, there is no Stone Cold, because after that submission match, that's when Stone Cold was put on the map. You know what I mean? That's when Stone Cold became like somebody people were looking at like, oh, this guy, this guy could be something big. You know what I mean? Like that submission match is what really put Austin on the map. So, I mean, Brett was really good at helping create a lot of stars in that era too. I think a lot of people don't give him enough credit for that too. Like he was very good at trying to help push the narrative of creating a lot of other stars, but they also tried to sabotage him, quite a few times in that era. That's what a lot of people don't also know.
I hear y'all, and Jay, to your point earlier. So I guess I'm not trying to like hold it against him, but I also don't think we should elevate him higher, specifically when we're comparing him to like Edge, right? Because that's how this started. I'm not going to put him higher than Edge just because, he was in a weaker era and he was still one of the more crucial parts. He had dog shit comp around him. So I'm going to I still don't think, he might have been viewed as like a bigger star at one point, right? Probably way before Edge got his break, but I'm not going to put him.
Let me give you something else to think about then, if we're talking about it like that. Because we talk about all the competition that Edge had when he was coming up, and you're right. There's a lot of big names around. So let's just put it like this, because I think there's an obvious way of looking at this. You take Edge out of the era that he wrestled in, and everything else is exactly the same. Based on the talent that they still have around them, do you think WWE still would have been okay? And then ask yourself the same question. You take Brett out of the era that he was in before Shawn Michaels became a star, and do you think WWF is still in good shape when Bret Hart is gone? Because I think there's an obvious answer to both of those questions, and it's just food for thought.
Yeah,
just food for thought.
So actually, I like that perspective, Jay. I'm not going to sit here and die on the hill. I actually like that perspective because you're right. Even though WWE was already in bad shape, you're right. It probably would have been worse without Bret there. More so than Edge being gone out to WWE because you had more people that you could rely on. So in that sense, Jade, I feel what you're saying, right? And like I said, I'm not gonna die on the hill. I still don't think Brett, like overall, is still on the level of Edge, right? Because I think Edge still does way more things better than him, other than in ring, right? So, but as far as what you just said, Jade, I actually like that perspective. That's a good way to look at it.
Because back in that era too, they had opportunities to make a lot of other stars. They just weren't succeeding or pulling the trigger. One of my biggest issues and one thing that always pissed me off was the Lex Luger thing. They built this guy up with the whole fucking tour. Made it seem like he was going to be one of their next big stars and everything. Built him up with this tour. He slams Yokozuna. Was a major deal, right? Only for him to go to SummerSlam, win the match, but doesn't win the title. And then they gave him a celebration afterwards with the confetti like he had won something. He didn't win anything. He's the champ.
What made it obvious
by count out, and they gave him a full celebration with confetti, balloons, pyro, and everything. People coming out lifting him up. Yeah, Lex. Yep. He didn't win the title though. He's not the champ. So what are we celebrating for? Why are we happy? What are we excited for?
What made it clear for me that Brett was the right call to build the company around was the '94 Royal Rumble, where they clearly wanted Brett over Luger. And we get to WrestleMania. Guess what happens? Brett wins the main event. Luger just in the middle of the card, losing to Yokozuna.
Yep. Brett and Luger had to come out afterwards and celebrate too. Like celebrate.
That's so embarrassing.
He had to come out and celebrate for Brett as the guy. So they were like they had issues with building up. It's the same with Yokozuna. Like Yoko winning the title was cool, but it's like they had him win the main event just for Hogan to come out. And
I was about to say Brett faced shitty booking decisions. That one was almost as bad, maybe worse.
That's the worst WrestleMania main event of all time.
Like Brett literally had to like point to Hulk Hogan, like go in the ring and take my.
He kissed Hogan's boots.
Go take it.
Kissed Hogan's boots. It's gross. It was disgusting.
And then only for Hogan literally just to put Yoko over King of the Ring, like not even a couple of months afterwards. Like, why? Like they made so many head scratching decisions, and it was like they wanted to establish these new stars, and then the ones they wanted to establish just weren't connecting with the audience, like a Diesel, and then other people. You know what I mean? So there was this.
And Brett was
a lot of different factors that played into it too.
But I mean, if your criteria,
from a character perspective, Brett that was always his weakest suit, though. You know what I mean?
100%. But so if your criteria is more geared towards talent over importance and impact, then yeah, for sure, you should probably put Edge over Brett. But I personally value Impact a lot, so that's
and there's nothing wrong with valuing Impact. I mean, shoot, that's one of the biggest reasons why Jokic is the best player in the world to me. It's because of Impact. So when I look at it, I'm not. I never want to take away, even though I know we tease you, we troll you, you love Brad, ha ha ha. Right? All jokes aside, I never want to take away his impact, right? But I just think and this is more specifically comparing Edge. I'm probably never gonna drop Bret Hart any lower than 13, right? Unless one of these new cats come in and just go stupid, right? Yeah, right. Like you like Bret, it's fun to troll you, but also too, that's why I like specifically comparing to Edge. I think Edge got a lot of impact. Well, comparing to Bret, I think he might have the same level, right? Because the only reason I say that is because him as a tag team, the revolution, the TLC, how he revolutionized that, I give him that. He is the reason Money in the Bank is shaped the way it is.
Yep.
And that's its own pay-per-view now, right? And I think him as the ultimate opportunist that he him as a heel and all that, I also think that has had a lot, maybe not as the other two I mentioned, but that combined three, I'm willing to put right next to Bret and go tit for tat.
Our producer in chat, Alicia, says we should talk about something else. Maybe we should move on. Sorry, producer.
Producer. Sorry, we have been on it. We're getting
the rap signal from backstage.
We already talked about all in.
I mean, what else happened that was important?
So what I will say about All In though is Swerve's reign that just ended.
I'm kidding.
Will fuck you up. Swerve's reign that just happened and Mariah May winning. It gives me hope because I told you guys in the chat. I said I really haven't been. I just said out the blue, I ain't really been enjoying AEW as much. But those two are examples that AEW has all the capabilities of creating stars. Swerve and especially what Mariah May did tonight was great.
Mariah Mid's crazy.
I just want to. I didn't mean Mariah Mid. That was a fun.
I know. We know.
You were thinking of Ospreay. We know.
Yeah, I was. Fuck him. That match sucked because he won.
Damn.
Shitty ass.
Just how y'all get me off topic, but this gives me hope that hopefully they can do it more on a consistent level. I want to see more compelling stories like a Toni Storm or Mariah May because this is the best women's story that they've told aside from Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa.
This is better.
I forgot about that.
It's better.
The only good women's story that they've told. But yeah, Baker and Thunder Rosa was okay.
But it gives me
it
gives me hope. It gives me hope that hopefully they can do this much more on a consistent basis.
They're just lucky that A, it's been so well acted, and B, Toni Storm is so likable. Because if you really take a step back in this story, it's fucking weird. The whole thing is covered in weirdness.
So is Dom and Rhea. That shit.
Yeah, I know, but I know, but that's the thing. And again, I want to make sure everyone understands. No, as I just acknowledged, the story has been great, but it's because Toni is so fucking likable, and they're not playing it too serious. But then when it needed to be serious, as in the actual turn, it was. This is, in my opinion, maybe top 3 stories AEW has ever told. Maybe top 3.
If you're talking Toni
it's up there for sure.
Yeah, it's top 3.
It's up there. It's up there, bro. It's up there.
The Kenny Hangman story was amazing.
Kenny Hangman story I was thinking of.
MJF, CM Punk.
Yeah,
MJF Cole. MJF, CM Punk.
It's
top 5. It's top 5. It's top 5.
What I really like is this story had a perfect culmination because they ended Toni's reign with if you guys haven't been watching AEW programming that much, it was basically Toni was teaching Mariah May the way. And I like how the title reign ended with Toni losing by the way of everything she taught Mariah May. Mariah May literally took everything Toni taught her and ended her with it. She ended it with the Storm Zero. Bruh. That's a beautiful ending.
And when you look at it too, and one thing I love, as much as sometimes they can overcomplicate or extend long storylines that don't need to be. When it comes to this one specifically, I think when they first started this was not the plan. And that's something I love. I love when you could take something and just I think they wanted to give Toni Storm some heat.
I heard that this was pitched to Mariah as soon as she got signed. This whole thing.
Yeah, Sean Ross Sapp said that. that this was pitched before she signed. And
her winning the world title in 2 years.
Yeah, this whole story, the whole story.
Okay,
with
I mean,
Tony
look,
was
I'm not.
already pitched.
Look, I never seen that report, but from what it looked like to me, because remember, right before this happened, Toni Storm was almost about to get like packed up. Like she was almost like not gonna recover. Once she turned into Timeless, it was like, okay, you kind of recovered from that. But before that, it was like, bro, what are you doing, right? Like that whole interim thing, she hated with a passion.
By the way, while we're talking about Toni Storm, someone who needs to take a good look at Toni Storm is Ricochet. Because I got news for you, Ricochet. If you go into AEW pulling the same white meat babyface shit you're doing in WWE for the past 7 years, it's not going to work out for you. Like Ricochet, they need to change something. And yeah, dude, I mean, get with someone like that to be
kick Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher out. Keep Will Hobbs. Bring Ricochet. He's got mouthpiece.
Toni Storm is as successful as she was because she took everything that she had and she just threw it away. She completely started from the ground up. Yeah. And it worked for her like better than anything else she could have possibly done. So
I feel like in AEW, it's a lot compared to WWE. Hear me out when I say this. It's a lot harder.
I agree.
It's a lot harder to get over in AEW because in WWE, we've seen the most absurd gimmicks still get over. So if you just come up with something that can just get over, it's perfectly fine in WWE. While in AEW, if your best in-ring trait or if your best trait is in-ring, it's incredibly hard to just get the in-ring aspect over because that's what the whole company is about. It's about in-ring. So you really have to stand out, which I agree Toni Storm did a great job of because she actually found a character that made her stand out. But Ricochet, yeah, that boy need
the only ones who can really
Jesus right now.
The only people that could really be in-ring talents are like the ones who can just come there and be popular, like an Ospreay, Danielson, people who really don't have to do much to get over with the crowd because
like Kenny don't really gotta do too much. Kenny got personality.
Well, side note,
they've already been so popular for years. You know, they don't really have to.
Jericho can just show up and be Jericho.
You keep talking about Ricochet and the Don Callis family. You know he's feuding with Chris Jericho, right?
Ricochet.
No, I'm not putting that on him.
You said for the world championship.
No.
I'm not putting that on him.
I'm putting that on him, bro. Hey, Ricochet. It might not be this week. It might not even be next week. But Ricochet is gonna come out, try to cut a little weak babyface promo, and you're gonna hear "Hi guys," and you're gonna be sick to your stomach.
I'm not putting that on him, bro. I'm not putting that in the atmosphere, bro. I'm not putting that in the atmosphere. You know what? Hey. You know what I'm gonna say to that? You know what I'm gonna say? You know what I'm gonna say to that? I'm gonna say I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. We're not doing that. No. We're not doing that.
I'm waiting on
Jericho. Where's my holy water?
Jericho.
I'm waiting on MJF to come out and tell Ricochet he's going to go to WWE and make his girlfriend scream his name.
I'm waiting on the Samantha Irvin WWE speed joke. I know it's there. I'm just waiting on it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, I mean it depends. I mean, Will Ospreay Jericho gonna be probably his first two. Like that's gonna be some of his first two feuds.
Bro, that's what Jericho does.
They might separate him from the good promo guys because I mean he could in there with MJF.
The moment MJF comes out and talks to him, he's done. He's done.
Like if they're gonna put him in MJF, they're gonna literally Ricochet gonna have to think about some things that
you have to shoot him, bro.
If it's have to shoot
give Ricochet a gun.
Exactly. Have him talk to Arn Anderson or Cash Wheeler.
Well, he can't do Arn no more.
Yeah, talk to Cash Wheeler. He got you, bro.
Which Ricochet has to do, bro. He just has to have. All he has to do is just have good delivery, bro. He can have some good delivery.
That's the thing.
He just needs a mouthpiece, bro. Even if you give him Stokely Hathaway, just give him somebody.
Well, I mean, he needs a mouthpiece.
Create a new Mongol embassy, bro.
You guys remember
with Swerve
a few years ago when Velveteen Dream come out and he cut him a new one on the mic, and all Ricochet said was, "So do it," but he did it while he was doing a fucking 10-foot front flip out of the ring.
Yeah,
that's the kind of shit he needs to do. He needs to look cool.
Just beat NXT Ricochet.
So just do the front flip again. Because let's be real, when he did it on Logan Paul, it didn't have the same effect.
It didn't have the same effect because he had already done it. Yeah.
We seen Logan Paul told him it was cool for a TikTok, bro.
That was bad, bro.
Hey, Logan cooked him. I was like, yeah,
but it was also Velveteen's delivery, fucking dropping, mouth agape, dropping the mic. It was perfect.
But they've already did it before. It just wasn't the same. It wasn't the same.
Yeah, it's not gonna hit the same.
You're gonna have to do different. You're gonna have to just like I don't expect much from Ricochet. Honestly, I just expect him to put on good matches. I think that's why he's there. Just have good matches with good people. That's basically it.
But Malik, that's all you should expect, though.
Yeah.
Twitter, Twitter, which is a horrible place, they
Not a
think this
real
man finna come out and top star like we didn't see that with Andrade. I mean, Miro had a great run and then disappeared into the management. What's it called? Aleister Black has had how many singles matches in how many years? Like 3.
Ricochet has a certain style, and his style for WWE is just he's only able to do so much when he's on TV. He's not a guy they're putting on TV all the time because he's not one of the marquee guys. Ricochet can do stuff with AEW, and if he's not even on AEW television, he can go to Japan. He can go do other stuff outside of AEW that will allow him to still be active.
Yeah, he'll do that, and I think that's what he wanted to do at that point. But
yeah, I mean, it fits his style.
Shout out to him. Not everybody wants to be in WWE. That's fine. Shout out to you, Ricochet. But if Ricochet think he about to go over there and be on the level of Kenny, Will, MJF, and these dudes, hey, bro, you might want to pepper your expectations because we seen this story before. We thought Andrade was finna be a top star. Aleister Black. Those are the main two I talk about because those was really when the ex-WWE dudes really started rolling up in there after them COVID cuts happened.
Yeah.
After them COVID cuts happened, they were the first two to really like, oh, bro, this was around the time. And then we had the Adam Coles. Oh my God. When Adam Cole showed up, we was like, oh my gosh, AEW, hey, they might be the best in the world right now. Like, they on a roll. And
no, Scope, we're not mad that he's in AEW. I'm just saying it's a lateral move. He didn't. It's a lateral move.
And this is my problem with wrestling fans in general, bro. Every time you criticize something, we criticize AEW. Oh, you must be a Fed drone. We criticize WWE. Oh, you must be an AEW mark. It's why you like, and I don't even watch it anymore. And it's honestly WWE fans mostly, bro. Y'all fucking suck. All of y'all suck. I hate WWE fans because you can't pray every single time you criticize something. You hate storytelling, like. What? No, I just because I hate an element of the story doesn't mean I hate the aspect of storytelling. I could probably tell a better story than everybody who says that because y'all are fucking mindless and stupid. I hate WWE fans. You all suck. Fuck all of you. I hate y'all. I hate you.
I mean, hey, you know what's crazy? Out of everything we've said on
not you, Mo. You're my dog.
Well, until you start glazing Brett, then I can't be.
Oh, brother.
But
brother,
this guy stinks. But you know what's so crazy? Out of everything we've said on this show, on this channel, and the previous one, you know what we got the most heat for? Liv
Morgan.
Jesus, and that's WWE fans, and I feel like we've said worse about Tony Khan, the Bucks, Will Ospreay. We calling him.
Did we forget what Lewis said about Charlotte?
What did you say?
Hey, relax.
I'm not gonna say it again.
Relax, my dog. Relax. That never happened. That never happened.
Can you send that in the chat, please? What he said about Charlotte?
Yes, I got you.
Honestly, bro, but it comes that people only really get offended when you talk about their favorites, though, bro. That's what it comes down to.
Real life in the comments said it perfectly. The kitchen is open 24/7. I mean, we smoke anybody. AEW, WWE doesn't fucking matter. If it's shit,
the majority of the time.
If it sucks, it sucks, bro. Yeah, if it sucks, it sucks, bro. We don't.
Majority become anyway.
It's only when you talk about people's favorites, though, bro. Everybody has favorites, and when you say certain things bad about people's favorites that you don't like, then it becomes a problem because it's their favorites. I mean, you can like who you like. I'm not gonna like if you like certain people, that's cool. Like, but everybody's gonna like everything, bro. That's what makes wrestling so unique, bro. Not everybody's gonna like every single thing, bro. If that was the case, everything would be boring. You know what I mean? Like,
some people think the world would be boring, bro. In general, people think he's a pile of smoking smelly garbage.
That's what makes everything.
Jay, don't start. Jay, don't start.
Hey, you know what? I have a question, and it's not even to go after Mr. Prada Fiend, but he said NXT is great though, and he's right. It is. I like NXT.
Mm-hmm.
But let me ask y'all a question,
especially since the TNA deal.
That's been doing wonders for him because I'm not gonna lie. As much as I love Trick, I don't know if he's gonna be the face of that brand. But
he got some time to go. He got
some time. But I did want to ask y'all this. Do y'all think NXT gets a little bit more of a grace?
It gets a pass.
A pass more than the other brands?
Due to developmental.
Because and it's not just people here, but I've heard a lot of people like really never ever have anything bad to say about NXT. And the only reason why I thought about it, because I'm like, I was starting to think like I ain't said really nothing crazy about NXT for a bit.
I think it's 2 reasons.
I'm one of the first people that said Trick Williams.
Happy birthday, bro.
This happens every time.
Oh wait, wasn't your birthday literally like a couple days ago? Happy birthday.
A couple days ago, yeah.
Hey, chat, can we get a happy birthday for I was gonna call you something crazy, but I'm not gonna do it. Can we get a happy birthday for Mo? I was gonna call you when I call you in the Instagram chat. Can we get a happy birthday from Mo in the chat, please? Happy birthday.
And happy fatherhood in a couple
I
days.
think when it comes down to
Yes,
NXT,
sir.
when it comes down to NXT, there's a few variants to it. One is developmental, we know that, but
yeah,
I mean, there's really not a lot of bad stuff to say about the brand. Though, like they're able to have good stories. They can also do one thing that the main roster with WWE can't do. They can put women in storylines that don't evolve around the title. So everybody has vocal keys. It feels like everybody's a part of something. Everybody is on TV, and you can really care about a lot of things that people are doing, even if it's not in the main event scene. That's why NXT is able. And now, granted, like I said, they are developmental, so they may have a lot more freedom in NXT than they do the main roster because not everybody who watches WWE or Raw, SmackDown watches NXT. So they may have a lot more freedom to be able to do a lot more things with NXT and expand a lot more of the aspects that they do. But when it comes down to NXT, there's not really a lot of bad things to say about NXT because they're able to just do a lot of good things.
And I think, and I don't disagree, and this is just me wondering, because I wonder if it's because we don't hold them to the same standard that we expect Raw and SmackDown to be on, which is fair. It shouldn't be on the same standard because it is developmental.
Right.
But for a minute, we held NXT at a much higher standard than we did Raw and SmackDown.
Here's why. The same we don't have the same passion as we had for Black and Gold as we do with this white and gold NXT. We were so passionate about Black and Gold. Point. We cared about every intricate thing that they did back then.
But it also has to do though at the time. The main roster product was so bad. Like the product main roster isn't so bad anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's watchable.
So you think because now the main roster is so watchable, it's kind of like, all right.
And Triple H is in charge too, so it's like
it's like, oh, what happens? You know what? Okay, I can.
It's more watchable because let's be honest, like realistically, from all styles, there's no reason NXT TakeOver should have been better than WrestleMania, bro. Like this WrestleMania,
and that happened like 3 years.
There's no reason at all.
Yeah, and that happened like 3 years in a row, bro. Like, why is TakeOvers before Mania better than WrestleMania, bro? Like, what are we doing here?
Like, bro, people were buying tickets to the TakeOver. Say, screw that, I'm gonna go home.
Hell, Tampa would have been better than WrestleMania 36, probably.
Yeah, so I think it's different because the main roster, like 2018, 2019, bro, was so bad. Like NXT is all we had, bro. So that's all we had because AEW didn't come around until 2019. So before, especially in that 2018 era, literally all we had was NXT, bro.
Yeah, and so when I think about it like that, then right, because now I feel like a bad SmackDown show now, like how we kind of were shitting on SmackDown for a minute. Man, that would have been great TV in 2019. We would have thought SmackDown was a 5 out of 5 show. Yeah, we would have thought, oh my God, like they actually, we would have came on this show and said, is WWE finally getting better? That's what we would have had a topic about. Because my goodness.
And with SmackDown's issue is that we feel probably the same way about SmackDown. Like SmackDown shouldn't be lesser than NXT. Like why is NXT better than SmackDown? Especially when you have your supposed top guy, the world champion on that show. And SmackDown really just feels like the Bloodline show and who's working with Cody Rhodes next. That's literally what it feels like to me. Like it's about what we gonna do with this Bloodline stuff.
LA Knight's
and what we gonna do with Cody Rhodes.
LA Knight's gonna fix that. That mid card is about to
and LA Knight's gonna revive that mid card.
He's already fixed that. I'll say with NXT though, what they do better than everybody else is they address their problems like almost immediately. Like I remember having this conversation with Mo when Trick was champion. The main event scene was dog shit. I'm just gonna be honest, bro. Trick Williams, but it was.
He was fighting Gallus, bro.
But what I said on the Rated M podcast, though.
Gallus.
What I said on our Rated M podcast, though. Check us out Thursday, by the way. I said the Wesley and Obafemi match is one of the most important matches in NXT history because that match is gonna tell me, regardless who wins or loses, and more importantly, the loser is gonna tell me who they're going to put into the main event scene next. Because they knew the scene was dog shit. So what did they do? Wesley lost, and then now they had Wesley turn heel. Now the main event scene kind of getting full again, especially now that they got access with Joe Hendry. So the main event scene now kind of getting full again. You still got Javon Evans there, yada, yada, yada. And then what we also said was the tag division. We said Frazier and Axiom is cool and all, but they're still not a tag team to us. They're singles guys being a tag team because the tag team was so shit. So they addressed that by having Chase U win the belts, and now Chase U is going to be the forefront of that tag division going forward. So with NXT, they address the issues almost immediately. They don't let it drag out like how SmackDown was, because SmackDown's main event scene is still dog shit. SmackDown's mid-card scene was dog shit, and now they're finally getting revived. That tag division still kind of ass, and that women's division is still getting
the tag
there.
division,
The women's division has good people, but everybody's in the tag team.
So I feel like the main roster addresses their problems. They address their problems very slowly, and they don't address it right away. While NXT, they're all over that shit.
One thing about SmackDown 2 that bothers me, I literally don't know why the Bloodline had the tag team titles. For what? Like, they literally sacrificed DIY, who could have helped the tag team division so much, just to give it to the Bloodline when they don't need them. Like, they don't need the tag, especially if someone's not going to be the champ, bro.
Because Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso reunion. That's why.
You know why.
But I mean, I know why they did it, but that might not be till next year for all we know.
That don't matter to Triple H.
Actually,
that motherfucker dragging everything.
Bro,
actually, I said
what did they call him?
No, Malik,
they called him stubborn.
You know, Malik.
Yeah, he's fucking stubborn, dude.
This is what I said. This is what I said in the group chat. I said this in the group chat, and I said this to Mo. Mo almost lost his shit. I genuinely believe that with all the rumors going around and that ball motherfucking schedule, they're going to do the Cena Maivia formula. Meaning, I do think Roman and Cody gonna happen again. I think Maivia gonna end up turning on Roman, and they're gonna do the year-long build to 42. I don't think Roman and Maivia happen 41.
Bro, I've been saying that. I know when I say that yesterday, I was crazy about it.
I see the vision now. I've
been saying it. Hold on. There's rumors that WrestleMania 42 could be in London too.
Yeah, they're doing that in London. They're taking the Cena Maivia format. They're gonna do the year-long build.
I think Cody and Rock is happening.
Here's my response.
I think it's Cody Rock.
There's two things. One, I didn't know Lewis said that, but what Lewis said was that they was gonna run Cody and Roman back, and Rock was gonna cost.
That's what I said. Yeah,
that is a much better option than Cody Rock at Mania. Because you gotta have Roman on the show.
Well,
I would rather.
And Roman's still gonna be on the show.
No,
and plus they're still teasing the fact that Roman deserves his rematch, which I agree.
Right, which is fine.
That's gonna happen sooner than later.
Which is fine. I would much rather have Roman Cody 3, the grudge match, and Rock cost him, and that can easily also set it. Wait. That can also be the catalyst for Homelander Cody as well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because
I'm not disagreeing with though. I like that idea.
No, but you said Cody Rock, and that's the part I don't want.
Because that's gonna happen though. That's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen at some point.
I'm not gonna put up past that Mania.
I mean, I'm not saying I would want it to happen at WrestleMania, but
that's what you think is gonna happen.
I can see it happening, bro. I literally. One thing that I remember what The Rock said in the beginning when they had to do the audible because they had to switch it up, right? Because they knew they fucked up. Like, all right, we got to switch some things up. But one thing he said in the interview when he was talking to the camera, he said, "Y'all not ready for this. This is gonna be a long-term thing." And he called himself the long gamer. So when he said that, I'm like, oh, they got some shit planned out long-term that we don't know about. Now he's already addressed the Cody stuff, and I don't know. At this stage, I just feel like The Rock's not going to do anything unless it's WrestleMania. That's just how I see it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, I really hope you're wrong.
The reason why I kind of disagree with that, though, the man did a tag match with Miz and R-Truth at Survivor Series, and
it was in 2011.
That was 15 years ago.
I didn't finish. Okay. The Rock was still The Rock in 2011. And he also ended the longest modern day WWE title reign at the Rumble.
Over 10 years ago.
There's two different factors.
Over 10 years ago.
The way I look at it.
Why can't he do it again?
Number one, because The Rock is a much bigger star now than he was even then. This is 10 years ago. He's much bigger now than he was even 10 years ago.
Much older.
Much older, too. Yeah. So, realistically, the age, I feel like the age thing don't really, as long as he can stay in shape and train, I mean, he'll be fine, which I think he'll do. I mean, he'll be dedicated to it. But I think I
hope so.
I think he's more so planning something out long term because, like, we're in the Triple H era, bro. They like to do things long term, bro. Like Triple H, especially Triple H. He all about long term.
But not putting the title on old geezers.
No, I'm not saying The Rock. I'm not saying The Rock will win though, bro. I'm not saying he should win.
When we had this convo, you literally was like, "Hey, man, it's gonna go back to Roman." You thought if Cody Rock happens,
I'm saying there's always that possibility though. You can't just mark that out because you don't like it.
We got someone spamming. Y'all gotta mute Byron. He's spamming shit.
Get his ass. Let me say this real quick. The reason why I'm against this this idea that Lewis just said, Cody Roman.
What did I say, bro?
And I like it. I like that.
I don't like. I don't like it. Here's why.
Oh, this nigga
I think the next time you do this match, hear me out. I think the next time that you do this match, Cody Roman, number 3.
Yeah.
Cody needs to win clean.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not because Maivia helped him again. It's gonna taint his title reign. It's gonna be like, bro, you can only beat Roman when you got help.
I mean, it's Roman fucking Reigns, man. It's Roman.
But I mean, I get
that is 800.
But wait, it also depends what the plan is, because if the plan, like G Baby said, is to have the catalyst for Homelander Cody, that's not a bad way. I'm just keeping it a buck.
Sure, it's not. It's
but,
not.
But you also could do the aspect of if Roman loses to Cody again, maybe The Rock is disgusted with Roman now. You can't beat this guy. Like you losing to him, like
and I want the third match to be no bullshit.
I guess I
no BS. I don't want any interference. I want them to go out there and prove that they can wrestle 30-40 minutes, no antics. Because 39 was great. Like even before all the interference, it was great.
Yeah.
But then of course you had the antics at the end. And 40, the first like 15 minutes was great, and he had all the antics. These guys can go. They have a phenomenal chemistry.
Right.
I just want to see them go 30-40 minutes.
I also think people need to understand too with Maivia and Roman, like the few he doesn't have to cost Roman the title. Like he can attack Roman after the match. Like that's how you can actually end Mania. Like have Cody go up the ramp really fucking fast, and then you end it similar to how Roman beat down Sami Zayn at the Rumble. You can end the show like that.
And so
have him whoop ass.
Nate, with what you said, right? No shenanigans. Look, Triple H. I know you watch the No Name Wrestling podcast, right? We know you watch it. You've taken too many of our ideas for us to know you watch it. So, Coach G Baby is going to give you another foolproof, bulletproof plan so that everybody's happy and you don't fuck this up. Have Rock and Cody at the Rumble. That it's in Indy. It's part of this three pay-per-view series you got for Indy because y'all love it over there. That's easily your main event. That is easily, you have 2 world champions now. So that's easily your main event. However you need to get across that we set up Rock and Roman, I don't care if it's interference. I don't care if you come to find out Solo when that bloodline's been working for you. Whatever the case, whatever you need to do, that you set that up either at the Rumble or the post-show angle. You get to the Mania, Roman Rock, something we've been waiting for 4 years now. You get there, right? Roman obviously wins because this nigga's an old fucking geezer. So Roman wins, and we wrap that up. Then SummerSlam, 5 years to the day when Roman came back, whatever it was. You have Roman, Cody 3 on night 2 because it'll be night 2. Wait, it's 25 nights.
It's one night next year.
It's just one night.
Next year.
Oh, it's because Minneapolis is throwing me off. So, hey, 25. That is your main event, right? It's OTC versus Cody Rhodes. And at this point, Cody Rhodes has already been champion for over a year. That's pretty much when I expect the fans to start turning on him anyway. You can start doing the tease as a Homelander. And honestly, I would have Cody retain by turning Homelander in the fucking match.
You have him low blow Roman or some shit.
It ain't got to be a low blow, but he can use the move that he said he would never use again. Whatever move that was. I don't know what it's called. Whatever he said at AEW that he would never use again, have him use it there.
I mean, there's different aspects.
The Gringo Killer, the Vertebreaker.
Yeah. Whatever move Cody said.
He did it on
AJ.
He did it on AJ.
Oh, he did it on AJ?
No, he did it on Logan Paul.
He did it on Logan Paul.
Not AJ.
Oh, come on.
I called the Gringo Killer because homicide.
I feel like there's different aspects. If they do Cody versus Roman again, it definitely has to be like no shenanigans because the first 2 ones had shenanigans, but it added to the story. The third one, I look at it as like, all right, who's really the guy? Who's the better man here? Who's the guy? Is it Cody or is it Roman? We need a definitive answer. Afterwards, you want Rock to come out and beat him up because he's mad that he can't beat Cody Rhodes, whatever. That makes sense. Now, what they could do at the Royal Rumble, if you have Rock versus Cody, you could just have Roman cost The Rock because he doesn't want The Rock to take his spot. That Roman's protective of the head of the table spot. I mean, that's literally his obsession right now.
But Roman is a babyface now. I mean,
he already just helped Cody beat Solo.
Wait, but that's different though, because Solo had been antagonizing him. Solo took his.
Maybe The Rock could do the same though.
But that's what I was about to say. Rock has to start it. Rock has to like go in a promo when he challenges Cody Rhodes, and he's like, "When I beat you, then I'll be the tribal chief or something."
Yeah, he could just say like.
And then it's like, okay, you fucked
all
up.
He has to do is just poke little holes. Like, I'm gonna bring honor and prestige back to my family.
Yes, so Roman can cost him the title at the Royal Rumble. Set up
because Roman doesn't want Rock to take his spot. I mean, that's all.
Yeah, and then that kind of be the catalyst.
That's if they do it at the Royal Rumble.
So Malik, you keep saying this, bro. What the part that I feel like you keep missing, even though you don't want it to happen, in your logic of all this part you're not missing, this isn't Vince booking, okay? Rock is going to leave after Raw after Mania or SmackDown after Mania. He's going to leave. He's not going to be around. Roman is already on a part-time schedule. There's no way you're telling me Roman is going to do something separate and Rock is going to do something separate at 41 and come back to 42 a year later when The Rock damn near the Undertaker now. He's showing for Mania Cena to keep it pushing.
He did the same thing.
Basically, what The Rock is, they not going,
Bro, they don't need to do much to build up the feud. That's what you're missing, though. They don't have to show up all the time to build the feud.
Bro, it's wasting time. Right there. You're right. The feud is right there. Get it out the way. 42's in Vegas or 41's in Vegas. Knock it out. What are you sitting on it for? There's no need.
Yeah, I feel like we've been having the same conversation for 4 fucking years.
That's the whole story of the Rock and Roman stuff. They could have got it out of the way. They could have did it last year, and they didn't do it last year. They could have did it the year before that,
bro.
And they do it the year before that.
Bro, what you're telling me? So they've already gone 2 years not doing it. What you're basically saying is almost the equivalent of Cody Rhodes. He doesn't win that title till the third time they fight. Have them lose twice. That's basically the equivalent.
It's a business aspect, though, bro. If they're gonna have WrestleMania 42 in London, I'm looking at WWE's. All right, we got this show in London. We're gonna need something big.
You're gonna need the biggest main event possible.
This is all about business. This ain't about end of the day what we want or what we think should happen. This is a business decision.
They did twice in a lifetime once. Go ahead, do it twice. But I can't see a world where we get to 41 and it's not Roman Rock. There's no way you're telling me, and I'm gonna say this out blue in the face. There's no way you're telling me Roman and Rock are on the same Mania, not pay-per-view. Mania again, and they're not fighting each other. There's no way you're telling me that.
If he faces Cody, they're not fighting each other. I can see it. I don't see how y'all don't see it.
I see it. I
don't see how y'all don't, bro.
Because again, I don't think Cody fighting Roman or
let me play devil's advocate. Wait, let me play devil's advocate. I want to play devil's advocate here. I want to play devil's advocate here.
I think he's fighting Randy.
Because G Baby, you mentioned that they could potentially do Roman versus Cody at SummerSlam potentially, right?
After the Mania, yes.
So do you see Roman and Cody facing off of any other pay-per-view other than WrestleMania?
I think they can, and the only reason why I'm saying that, obviously, it's
they may have been 3 nights together in 2 years.
You're right. The only reason why I say that is because SummerSlam for Roman Reigns is almost as special, not as much because he has all the main events, but it's almost as special as Mania because that's when he came back as Tribal Chief.
Right.
That's when he came back as OTC. Right. That's technically the landmark, like the year mark for when his title reign hits the 365. It's around SummerSlam because he won it at Payback, which was a week after SummerSlam. So SummerSlam for Roman Reigns specifically is a big deal. It's not maybe Mania because he's got all the main events behind it, but SummerSlam is a big deal, right? However, because I get it, y'all keep saying assuming Mania 42's in London, they want a big money match, this, that, and the third. I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't agree with y'all that they're going to want the biggest match possible. I'm
hearing what you're saying too. I'm not saying
but
you either.
Realistically though, because technically it's not a done deal yet. Technically, they talked, they discussed, but logistics still got to get. You're right. Sure. So that's why all I'm saying is I don't see a world where Roman and Rock, after one, it already got delayed a year because of COVID. Hollywood was right there in their laps because they're honestly, who did Roman Reigns fight at Hollywood when it was supposed to? Cody, right?
Cody
easy, because remember, Cody was just coming off the torn pec, right? If he wouldn't have won the Rumble or didn't fight him, that would have been perfectly fine. You could have did Rock Roman. Cody would have just got back. Everybody was saying he needs to get built up anyway. That would have been perfectly fine, right? You missed it there. You didn't do it at 40 because, hey, everybody, we didn't invested all this time in a Cody. It'd be stupid to just switch it up now. So, for me, this is now 3 straight years that something has caused the delay of Roman versus Brock. Cannot see a world they push it out a 4th year. I just don't see it.
I see what you're saying. I'm not necessarily. I see what you're saying. I'm not gonna say you guys are wrong, but the same way you guys say you don't see another Mania where Maivia and Roman don't face each other if they're on the same show, I also don't see a scenario where they run Roman and Cody again and it's not at WrestleMania.
Especially if Cody and Roman happens next year at WrestleMania, they'll be the only guys to main event 3 WrestleManias in a row.
I believe that hasn't 3 years in a row. Yeah, that's never happened. They're already the only 2 guys to main event both nights.
Yeah, so I feel like I just think there's different aspects they're looking at. Rock and Roman is something they're definitely talking about.
It's a history-making rivalry. Both of these.
Cody and Rock is also there. Roman and Cody is also there if they want to do it. There's different avenues if they want to go a different direction. And I don't think people would bat an eye if they did that. They may be upset again, but if they wanted to push it out another year, people are just going to have to wait, bro. I mean, they'll still eat it up if they did it at 42. They may not be excited, and they may not be happy, and it may not be a popular decision that we have to wait again. But when that moment comes and we're in 2026, whatever, when WrestleMania 42 happens, the energy is going to be crazy. People are going to eat it up at that time. So I just think they may be pushing it longer than we expect. I'm not saying they should. I would totally be fine if they did Cody and Rock next year at the Rumble. You do Cody Roman at WrestleMania. I'd be okay with that. I'd be happy with that. But if they were to push it out, I'm not going to sit here and be surprised about it.
But so also, I'm not going to be surprised if Roman beats Cody to get the belt back too.
Well, here's what I was
I'm not going to be surprised.
Here's what I'm
not going to be surprised.
It wouldn't be stupid if they do it like this, right? We always talk about Roman and his baby face run. That's kind of the last thing he needs to do.
I'm not even defending his booking, bro. I'm just talking logic.
For Roman, we think the last thing he needs to do is have a great baby face run to kind of wash away even though it's overhated, wash away the big dog stench.
I would even say have a good baby. Just have a good.
I'm just saying yes. General consensus, right? So hear me out with this. Yeah. We get Roman Rock at 41, and let's just say in this instance, 42 is in London. Maybe not consistently, maybe not holding the title that long. Right, I think Cody Rhodes is going to, like y'all said, he's going to win the title multiple times.
That could be Homelander.
I think we get Homelander Cody versus OTC Roman in London. I think that would go crazy. Because Cody Rhodes would have lost the title and won it back at this point.
That would go crazy.
It would go crazy, but I think, again, not saying you're wrong, but where I see in the mirror, I see Roman and Cody 3 at 41, and then Roman gets his ass beat by Maivia that leads to 42. That's what
and you know what? I feel like a lot of people kind of overlook because Triple H has been known to want his own, to want the Bullet Club. He wanted, he wanted that. He never got it. The Bloodline is his Bullet Club. That's what it is. He's going to drag this shit as long as he can. That's it. They're
still making a ton of money too.
It's never going to end, bro. Bullet Club's going on what, year 10? Yeah. Year 10 this year? And Triple H going to drag this shit out till at least 2030, bro. This shit's going to at least 2030.
He's dragging this shit out. They all got kids too, bro. So I mean, this is
exactly. You got kids. You got Journey and all these other people on the Indies. Lance Anoa'i's still on the Indies.
You know how many kids they got combined, bro?
Yeah, they got so many kids.
Jacob has 7. Roman has 5. Jimmy got 2. Jay got 2. Tonga Loa got 3. Tonga Loa has 2.
They got Hikuleo still out there too, bro.
People who aren't even in the bloodline, bro. There's people who aren't out
there. He's gonna stretch this.
Zilla got 4 kids, bro. He got 4.
Yeah.
Zilla got 4?
Yeah.
I hear what y'all are saying.
Yeah, that's really I ain't gonna lie. They gotta hear about a condom one day, bro. That's crazy, bro. They gotta put a condom.
They don't use no condoms, bro.
I just
not that family.
No. I just feel like Triple H should have learned his lesson by now. That's how I feel. I feel like Triple H should have learned his lesson.
You think what happened at 40 should have been his lesson?
Yes, that should have been his lesson. Let's get the story you've been telling out the way. Don't drag it on way longer than it needs to be. Obviously, hindsight is 2020, but obviously me specifically was upset on this show because Cody didn't win at 39 because I was like, damn, this next year's gonna be rough, right? But it ended up working out for the best. Cody was even bigger. especially with The Rock trying to come back and take it.
It was
Rock
rough. The Bloodline storyline was rough that year, 2023.
Yeah,
It
was rough.
So that's why
after SummerSlam it was rough.
Oh, that's why I'm saying, bro. At this point, bro, like especially if you're not gonna be there, like it'd be different if The Rock was like, I don't know, I'm obviously not this low of a level, but like an official, or if he was taking this final boss character to heart and like making sure the Bloodline, like at least if he was there, that's fine. But he's not. He's gonna go off, be gone, just like he is now. We ain't seen this nigga since Raw after Mania. He's gonna be gone till we get to the end, either December 31st, the last Raw of 2024, or the first Raw of 2025. We're not gonna see him till Netflix. Then. He's not coming till Netflix. Yeah. He's not coming back till Netflix.
But the thing with The Rock though is that when he's in the feud though, he's there. Like he'll be a part of it. He was there for the stuff, but we just don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah, but again, it was different because when Rock and Cena happened that time, Cena wasn't in Hollywood yet, so he was there every week to tell the story. Roman, as much as this babyface run is going to be great, nigga wasn't even at this past SmackDown.
Yeah, he's not going to be there all the time either.
So that's more of a reason why they can't extend it to 42. They can't because you have one guy who's only there he's a seasonal worker. He's not even a part-time worker. Rock is a seasonal worker. He is there from January to April. That's what he's there for. Roman is a part-timer.
He's a 2-month worker.
Bro, I feel like they look at it though. The match is so big with these two guys. They don't have to do much to build it up though. Like these guys can just show up whenever they need them. All they have to do is just put. All they have to do because I think they're looking at it from a business aspect. They're looking at it for the people who also don't watch WWE. All they have to do is put Roman, Rock, Marquis, Billboard. It's gonna go crazy, bro. There's people who ain't gonna watch WWE. Say this match happening. They're not even gonna watch the build up. They're just gonna watch the match. All right, let me know when the match happens.
41 in Vegas.
That's it.
Alicia, you should change your name to producer.
But I agree, though. I mean, I think it should. I think it should happen next year. I think it should happen next year in Vegas. I'm not. We really, honestly, won't know what happens. I think when the Royal Rumble comes around, that's when we'll know for sure what happens. Like if they do Cody versus Rock, Roman versus Rock WrestleMania. If they don't do it at the Royal Rumble, though. I don't know, bro. I'm just saying.
I don't know. They gonna see the vision when it happens, bro.
If Rock
I'm gonna be mad as shit.
If Rock versus
Cody, with you, but hey,
if Rock versus Cody isn't announced for that Royal Rumble, then y'all know what that means, bro. That's all I'm saying. Y'all know what that means. Yeah. If it happens at the Royal Rumble, then we there. Because I much rather see it happen next year at WrestleMania.
Randy, why would you want that for Randy, bro? You gonna have to carry.
I think obviously, other than the shoulder,
I was about to ban you for that.
I think obviously, other than the shoulder being off the mat, I think the reason they decided not to do Randy Cody now, like for SummerSlam or whatever the case, is because they want to save it for Mania.
I'm still upset. I want that.
I think the heel Randy. This is what I think is gonna happen. I think Randy gonna RKO him and put him in the head.
Can we let Randy?
And they're gonna play off of that. I think they're gonna play off Randy Orton punting him in the head again. That's what I think.
They're gonna punt him.
I think Randy Orton's gonna punt Cody Rhodes in the head in like sometime in January, and that's how you kickstart this road to Mania.
See what
I think the Royal Rumble winner is gonna be on Raw.
What you're saying, I want to happen. But I just don't think that's gonna happen. That's
because I think you think Kevin Owens is staying babyface, or you think he's turning heel?
You gotta go heel.
To be honest with you,
go heel.
So I think they're getting at least 2.
He might go heel because Cody's gonna need somebody to face at Bad Blood. So.
You might even go the route that he's faced the first time he loses, then he turns heel. Yeah, they can stretch that story out.
Yeah, because like Cody, Kevin Owens didn't want the match. He loses, of course. Now his ego is affected. Oh, I lost to Cody Rhodes. Okay, I mean, now he's a little prideful hurt. You know what I mean? He's a little hurt about that.
So I think they're at least getting 2 matches. So Lewis, you said Bad Blood. Mo, you said Survivor Series. I think Cody Rhodes is going to be on a Survivor Series team. I think he's going to be on I think he's going to be.
Well, here's the thing. We got to think about Survivor Series. We always talking about big title match 7 at Survivor Series. You got to remember, you got 2 War Games matches. Every other match on that card does not get any time. Like they get maybe 10 minutes. So you can't really have a title match
Which is why I
think Cody Rhodes is not going to have a title match.
Which is why I think Cody Rhodes is going to be on a team. I don't know if it's the Bloodline team versus the rest of the dudes.
I think
I don't know what type of team he's going to be on.
He might not even be there. He might not even wrestle. They might just have him cut a promo.
Hey, you're right.
Because he's got to be on the show. He's got to be on the show.
They've done that before. With Cody, where they'll just bring him out.
Bro, if they wanted to, they could easily have him cut a promo, have The Rock come back that night, bro. Set it up that night. Royal Rumble.
Set it up for Royal Rumble. Perfect, Malik. Perfect.
Here's my thing. Personally, I'm gonna ask y'all what y'all think. I think Cody Rhodes should lose it at WrestleMania next year. To Randy Orton. To Randy Orton.
I'm not gonna complain.
But see, I feel like
nobody would complain about it, but like in the moment. But then a month later, they're gonna be like, was this really the right decision?
Yeah.
They do that with every fucking title reign. Man.
I mean,
yeah, they complain about everything.
I feel you, but like. I feel you, but you know.
Shayna Baszler could be built up to be the dominant force she once was. She could win in a dominant fashion, and 2 weeks later, people gonna be like, "I don't know, I'm not feeling it, bro.
I'm not feeling it. I think she's
2 weeks, man.
He's not wrong.
I like Randy Orton,
bro. With Nia Jax,
they're gonna call her Super Shayna after a month.
Yep. No, they're gonna call her Shayna Hogan.
I think Randy should win it. And if you want to do it, give it back to Cody.
I like Randy Orton winning the title. I don't see. G thinks they're gonna do Cody Orton. I think they're doing John Cena, Randy Orton at WrestleMania next year. That's what I think they're doing.
Nah, bro. You already know, bro. You already.
I think they're doing that.
Triple H hates me. You know he's gonna do Cena versus Karrion Kross. He hates me, bro. He hates me. He wants me to stop watching.
You said Final Testament is having
because they've already.
Hold on.
Final Testament having their Final Testament at Mania.
No,
wait. Hold on. I'm not saying I want this to happen, but it'll be so funny, and I'm gonna troll Nate if it does. Hey, Nate.
Don't even say it,
bro. Karrion Kross is the heel turner, right?
I hate you.
When Xavier Woods turns heel, if he feuds with Cena, we might get heel Cena after all in this run. If Karrion Kross is the catalyst for Cena turning heel, Nate,
I would
love heel Cena in this run. So, oh my god.
Bro, honestly, bro, I'm gonna drop a video about that today in a couple minutes, but it would be interesting because nobody would see it coming, I don't think, and it's like something that's different. Like
I would love if he had his own faction.
That's
the only way this is gonna work. That's the only way that's gonna work.
As long as we know Mania is gonna be Gunther versus Brock.
The C Nation.
I don't see Brock coming back. I give up.
I gave up.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be.
Let's go. Come on, baby. Come on.
I think.
Wait, Nate, you gave up on that, but we all agreed Triple H is stubborn.
I gave up on Brock Lesnar, bro.
But Brock.
Oh no, I'm saying I think he'll bring it back.
Triple H will bring it back, but it's not about if Brock Lesnar wants to come back though. It's not a Triple H decision,
bro. Brock Lesnar. So you mean
and also
Brock Lesnar's getting a? Yeah, you're right. But Brock Lesnar, you think he's going to turn down getting paid because they're going to pay him top dollar?
No, he's no.
I think it's the PR.
No, he's going to take the money. I just don't care.
It's the money. It's all about Brock Lesnar.
Oh, you're saying you don't care? I thought you meant like.
No, I don't care, bro. I'm done, bro. He had the perfect ending. I'm done.
He did have a pretty good ending. If that's the last ending.
No, honestly, the only thing I would want to see him come back and do is Gunther, bro. That's the only thing I'd want.
Put on Gunther,
but it would have to be putting. It would have to be in putting Gunther over though, and Brock would actually have to invest in care into the match because majority of the time he faces bigger threats, like bigger people or bigger threats. He doesn't put effort into those matches. It's mainly the smaller guys that he can throw around in the ring and that can do a bunch of other things and just make him sell.
Yeah, but it's Gunther.
So Malik, I have a question.
It would, but it's all about Brock puts the effort in those too, bro.
Hey Malik, I have a question for you just to see where your head is at. So you don't think there's a possibility if Brock decides to come back? You don't think there's a possibility he winning that world title?
Anything can happen with Brock Lesnar.
It's always a possibility.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure. Man, if he come back, he might win that thing.
Bro, that's another reason I'm a little nervous about it because I'm like, if they do it, you just never know, Brock, bro.
So you never know. You're not nervous about Cody versus Rock?
F5 him, then putting him to sleep,
yes.
Bro. Come on.
I never know with the Rock either. That's why I'm like, bro, you never know.
Bro, you heard what I said? Gunther gonna F5 him, and then he gonna put him in a sleeper and call it a night, bro. Come on.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
That's cool.
That's happening, bro.
And because I'm looking at it like, I don't know if I don't even know if Brock will even take the chops, bro. Like, I feel like he might be offended and like legit try to hurt that man.
The first one, I don't think he's gonna take, but I think he'll take like.
Bro, we talk about Triple H's stubbornness. Do you know how many times this dude has been in creative rooms and somebody probably pitched Gunther losing and he looks at them like,
Probably.
So I mean, it would just depend because Brock is one of those people.
How about we have Gunther?
Brock is one of those people too. Is like he has so much power where he number one can literally do anything that he wants as far as what he wants to do in life, and two, he doesn't have to do anything he doesn't want to do.
Hey, look at the comments,
testicle is crazy.
The final testicle.
So if they
look at what real life said. Look at what real life said.
What he said?
No, I am. But it's
don't read that out loud. Don't read it out loud.
the Brock Lesnar, like the Brock Lesnar
Right,
and the Rock, they have those same effect where it's like you don't really know what could happen until you see it happen. There's always that fear, like Brock coming back to win the world title. I mean, there's a fear. There's a little fear right there. I'm saying, like, there's a little fear.
I told you, bro. Gunther gonna F5 him to put him in a sleeper. That's how the match ended.
Relax,
bro.
not too much.
Brock ain't going no sleeper.
Try me, relax, man.
No sleeper.
Not too much.
He ain't going out.
I got no fear with my king, bro.
He gonna do the same thing he did with Samoa Joe, bro. He gonna look like he
yo,
gonna pass out and then
down, yo, relax.
F5 out of nowhere. It's over.
Yo,
That's what's gonna happen.
Yo, don't put that in this.
Before we get up out
Same thing he did with Braun Strowman. Take all his moves. Just hit him with one move. That's it.
I just want to ask y'all real quick. Before we get up out of here, bro. Y'all see this revisionist history niggas got on the 2015 Royal Rumble?
Bro, yeah. No, we're not. The 2015 Rumble, we're not doing that, bro. We're not doing that.
So can you tell
me?
Bro,
they said the crowd was ass. I'm like, bro,
we're not doing revisionist history.
Yeah, the crowd was ass because the booking was ass. What do you mean?
So can you tell me what
the crowd was not? No, like they were ass for booing Roman.
People changing their minds?
Revisionist history is when they go.
Okay, I will give them that. They was a little harsh.
No,
but it was all due to booking though. Like Roman got the bad end of it because of how they booked it.
Lewis, when people say revisionist history, it's going back to a time and trying to act like for example, it's like trying to go back and say Brock Lesnar's Universal title reign was good when everybody knows at the time it was ass. That's
or when people are like the Nexus. Or people are like, oh, the Nexus being buried wasn't bad.
So a good revisionist history would be us saying Big Dog Roman wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that's like you go back to something that was
okay,
and you're like, okay, maybe it wasn't that bad. That's a good version.
But see, this is what comes in effect when you're a superstar though. Like the crowd, they're not gonna boo the booking. They're gonna boo whoever the superstar is that they're forwarding towards that booking. Roman just happened to be that guy, bro. He's taking the heat.
2015 Rumble was ass,
the worst Royal Rumble of all.
Roman taking the heat for it, bro. That was so bad. They literally never forgave Roman Reigns just the character aspect. He got booed for years after that, bro. They never forgave that booking decision. It didn't matter what they tried to do from a booking aspect. It didn't matter how they did it. They were never, and it got worse and worse year by year, bro. They were never going to forget that moment.
Man's had leukemia, came back, and then ended up getting booed at WrestleMania.
It was never. They were never
going to forget that, bro. Not his fault. Well, first putting him against Drew, that's fucked up. Because at the time, people wanted Drew to get pushed too.
People wanted him to wanted Drew to win the Rumble that year, if I remember correctly.
He was supposed to win Money in the Bank the year Brock came back. It was him and Mustafa Ali. Those were the two they were pitching.
Yeah, Ali was the final plan, and then they were like, "Oh, well, Brock's gonna win it now."
Come on,
Brock said he wanted to win because he never won it. So I mean,
man, fuck that. No.
I still don't understand the main
Ali just standing there like,
not only was the decision bad, but it's also like how you book that match to end. Like motherfucker standing there for 2 minutes, bro.
You could have had like everyone down and then have Brock come out. That would have been.
That was still bad, bro. Like they were like, we want Brock. We want you to win Money in the Bank. He was probably like, well, I'm not doing anything in the match, so I'm just gonna have to be at the end. You know what I mean? Like I'll have to come out at the end, literally, and do nothing because I'm not taking.
Took Sammy's spot, bro.
I'm not getting slammed on the ladder.
Not one bump.
It was all around. It was all around bad, man. It was all around bad.
Brock Lesnar, goddamn, bro.
All right, so we're gonna head off here, though, man. We're gonna head off here, though, man.
Brock Lesnar had a peak that was so damaging to the company.
For a stretch of period of time, bro.
The most dangerous, bro. We could classify that as the most dangerous peak of all time. Why? Because he fucked up that product so bad,
bro. It was the aspect of Big Dog Roman. It was pretty much like the three most hated people were Charlotte, Roman, and Brock, bro. At that time, like those were the three catalysts. Charlotte in the women's division was taking all the titles. You go back, especially with her and the Sasha stuff, bro. That shit was crazy. Like
I told you, Miz was one of the more beloved guys in that year. Would you believe me?
Like Miz, bro. There's so many different aspects to it.
I tell you, Miz was so loved that year. Would y'all believe me, bro? As soon as he cooked Roman and Cena, bro, cheers after that, bro.
Yeah, they love that.
Producer going crazy, bro.
All right.
We got to wrap it up.
We're gonna head off here. We stayed a little bit longer than 7, so we stayed about a half an hour. But thank you guys for coming through. Make sure you guys subscribe. We'll be back next week, man. As always, slander Bret Hart as always. The Bret Hart slander.
brother.
Hey, Malik, before we go, you saw what Fabulous Moolah said about Omos. He said he a fan, bro.
Of course, bro. When I'm in Japan, that's what I'm saying. Man, they sleep, bro.
You mean Great Muda? You said Fabulous Muda.
Fabulous Muda is crazy.
Chat, clip that and expose me for that one. I deserve that one.
You deserve that.
Great
You deserve that.
If the Great Muda sees the
I'm
Omos
tired,
vision,
bro.
bro.
Go ahead and clip that, chat.
Great Muda sees the Omos vision, bro. Come on, bro.
He sees it. No.
But don't forget Mo eats cock. So
that's crazy. That's wild.
For my last episode before I have a child, that's how you do me?
It is your
just like you.
episode. Oh my god.
That's how you do me?